Hello, good evening, welcome. That's somebody used to say that, didn't they? Hello,
Yes, they
good
did.
evening, and welcome.
Yeah, it was a comedian.
Yeah, somebody like that, or David Frost, or somebody it was. But anyway, that's by the by. We're not him. We are us.
Oh, that was him, David Frost. Yeah.
And that's what I've just said, David Frost. Shut up. Chirping in the background, honestly. Yeah, it's been one of those days in my chest, and I've been all blah. So I'm a bit kerfuffled tonight. So it could be interesting. But anyway, we will see. Oh, I just realised my sparkly bits hadn't shown. I hope you like our new border that Reverend Nick Brown made for me. He asked for a photo of one of my business cards, and he's made that for us to go over the top to make us look even more special than we are. Bless us. Welcome to our Sunday service. Hope we're in for a good night. I know we've got 2 poems to say tonight, and I would ask for healing to go out to everybody who we all know needs it, and especially to Gary Haig, who is a friend of ours who comes to our open circle sometimes. Well, Jean and Irene's open circle, and isn't very well at all, bless him. So I would ask for healing for him. Right, Irene, you said you would like to open in prayer?
Yes, I will. Good evening, everybody. Hope we're all okay. Thank you for joining us. Could I please ask us to bow heads while we do a small opening prayer, followed by the Lord's Prayer? Dear Father, Divine God, thank you for this service this evening in your name. Could we please ask that the veil be opened between the 2 worlds, so that our guides, families, friends, inspirers and helpers can come through with messages of proof of life everlasting. Could we please send healing out around the world, Lord, especially to Gary, who is really seriously ill at the moment, to all others on beds of sickness, to our animal kingdom, and to our wonderful Mother Earth, who gives us so much. And after this service, Lord, I will hand it all back to you in truth, love, and honesty. Amen.
Amen.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I'm sorry, I missed a line out there. I'm going to hand you over to Gina. I'm going to hand you over to Gina, who's going to do a prayer for us tonight, and then I'm going to follow with a poem tonight, and then I'm going to follow with a poem afterwards.
Good evening, everybody. This is just a little poem that I got sent to me a long time ago. Some people have heard it, but some haven't. And it's As I sit in heaven. As I sit in heaven and watch you every day, I try to let you know with signs I never went away. I hear you when you're laughing and watch you when you sleep. I even place my arms around you to calm you as you weep. I see you wish the days away, begging to have me home. So I try to send you signs so you know you're not alone. Don't feel guilty that you have life and that was denied to me. Heaven is truly beautiful, just you wait and see. So live your life, laugh again, enjoy yourselves, be free. Then I know with every breath you take, you'll take a breath for me. Thank you very much for letting me read that out.
Oh,
and I think
that's beautiful, Jean.
That's beautiful.
A lot can relate to that.
Yeah, definitely can.
Right. I see that your dad's on. Good evening, Alan Drain. Good evening, daughter. I can see that you're on as well. And Stephen, you've managed to get on tonight, and everybody else. The poem that I've got tonight is, I've just got the shop. I wrote it really for my mum, who I lost in 2000, and I wrote this in 2009. And it's just simply called The Shop because she loved shopping, and I thought it was appropriate with some more shops so easing up now in the lockdown. I dreamt that I was by the sea, my mother at the side of me, in a beautiful shop with crystals bright, with faucets and prisms that caught the light, that made rainbow colours on the walls from the floors to the ceilings tall. On the shelves on high were Buddhas galore, and in the upstairs rooms more and more. Sacred icons large and small, and different shapes of ruby, jade, lapis lazuli and agates. There were scented candles and incense sticks for people to look at, smell and pick. Beautiful fragrances can be smelt, especially when the candles are lit and melt. Tarot cards, birth signs and jewellery too, all spread out for the customers to view. Lots and lots of books large and small, on fairies, angels, chakras and more, and even some on spirit lore. How to communicate with Archangel above, all questions answered with unconditional love. We buy some goods which we can share, then go outside into the air. We walk together, Mum and I, towards the sea. My mother gets into the boat and sails away from me. I thank the spirits and angels for this time spent, for I know that this precious time was only lent from the wonderful guides and angels in the spirit land, for the time is guided by God's hand. Perhaps sometimes in dreams I could go there to spend some time in the spirit world. It only seems fair. As the boat fades away out of sight, my mother is hidden by the heavenly light. And as the flowered arch closes down, I thank all that has made this come around. Thank you.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Really Thank nice. You.
Really nice.
Good.
As I said on my wall earlier, I forgot to do a placeholder for this, an event. So nobody knew we were doing this. So we'll have to do tonight as blind readings again. I would have liked to have had some people on, but I just completely... I don't know why. I went in to look for it this morning and the event just wasn't there in StreamYard or Facebook. Really odd, really odd. I think it's the weather. The weather's been making me a bit frazzled. I'll blame the weather. So this is our Sunday service. Tomorrow, don't forget, we're doing our photo service. So if you have sent photos in, please remember to watch tomorrow night at 7. Otherwise, we could be giving you messages from your loved ones and you won't receive them because you won't be watching. So if you have sent Michael or myself photos, please pass it on. Please remember to watch tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Okay. Has anybody got a link?
Well, I've got a lady with me at the moment.
Have you?
Yes.
Please give off your name, Jean.
Right. As I'm lent on the bed in the back room, and I've got a lady with me, and I don't know she would have ended up last lifetime before she took a transition on the bed, because she's lady and she's very much my build. I don't know if you all can see me, but she's very much my build. Her hair wouldn't be as grey as mine. It'd have more pepper in it as she's coming along. She would have a nice round face, and she has got some colour to her cheeks. And what she's making me aware of is the dress or the nightie she's got on, because it's like a plum colour, like a red, strapless like this, no sleeves in it, and I don't know, go past her knee, and she's coming in like this. And at the moment, she's just coming in with so much, I've got to say energy, because she wants to build somebody up. And as I'm seeing this lady on the bed with me, and we're having a little natter here, she's talking about a gentleman what also was with her, not very tall, not very broad at all, a small gentleman. I know he wore a cap at some point, but I'm not saying he wore it all the time. And they're talking about something to do with the fencing. It's not just normal fencing, it's this lattice, I think they call it fencing, where they've got the lines in it and everything. And she's talking about this because they are wanting to do some new patio or what do they call them, the decking or something like that, because she's on about this. But she's a lovely soul and she's got lots of energy. I do know, bless her, she did finally slow down towards the end, because she said when she had to go to a bed, that's when she knew that this is the time for her. But she's laid in, my legs are hurting. I've started rubbing my legs, so I don't know, she had a few problems with the legs as well. I'm trying to see if I can get a name out of her at the minute. She's not giving me a name, but I do know this lady. Tracy. I don't know. I'm not saying her name's Tracy, but she's just brought in Tracy, so I don't know if there's anybody unknown called Tracy, or if somebody knows of a Tracy. This lady, I would say, were probably I'm not very good with ages, but I would say 70s, early 80s, as I'm looking here, but she had a lovely complexion. And she's, I don't know, she looks right rosy complexion. So I hope somebody can understand this lady.
Tracy Jane Husk said yes.
Right, Tracy. I shouldn't ask, but you can understand the lady. Can you understand the gentleman with the lady, darling? I don't know if they're a couple or if they just know one another. Is anything coming up?
No, not yet. But there is about 10-15 second delay.
Oh, right, sorry.
Between us.
And what?
Yes, she can.
Right. So, Tracy, can I also say, sweetheart, that I don't know if it's you what's trying to sort something out or anything, but I'm wanting to chew my nails. So if it's not you, darling, you can understand where somebody, when they got worried or upset, they did bite the nails and they bit them really down to make them sore, because it's as if I'm getting a whitlow on one of my fingers, bit them that.
Ooh, they're painful.
That low, really down, that my fingers are sore and they're wanting to bleed. So can you understand that as well, darling? Because I'm coming with that.
Yeah.
Yep. Can you? Oh, bless her. So you'll be able to understand the name Marshall, darling. I've got Marshall. You'll be able to understand Marshall.
Nothing yet. Like I say, there's about 15 seconds today.
Yeah. I just want, while you're looking and waiting, Tracy, can I just say, darling, it's as if I just want to, you're like a balloon, darling, what's going down and down, and you do want pumping back up, because it's not just the frustration. I can't see. It's not just the frustration. I've got to say that you are getting yourself a little bit down, love, and you do want that pick me up. That's what you want. You want to pick me up. And late, you've been like a Samaritan. Late, people have just been bombarding you with different issues. I'm not saying it's anything major, but they've been like putting things onto you. And there's this lady, bless her, she's lovely. And as she's coming in and she's still sat here on bed with me, she's talking about a divide. So there would be a divide somewhere where it's like tug of war, and you're like the piece of rope in the middle, and one's trying to pull you on their way, one's trying to pull you other, sweetheart, and you're just stuck. You're just stuck.
Very much so.
Thank you. And also, as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, here, and this lady and gentleman's here, the gentleman hasn't got much to say, I've got to be honest. It's the lady what's saying things. But I do know, as I'm coming in, I do feel as though the gentleman, not the lady, would have had something to do with the throat. I don't know, because I don't know if it's a sore throat. If not, it wasn't him. Somebody's had a sore throat recently, because I've got a sore throat. My voice is going really hoarse. Where you can hear it's changing. My voice is changing, so I know there was something where they had a sore throat, or they had something connected with an illness to the throat, or somebody has now. I don't know why they're talking about tonsils as well.
Tracy says me.
We'll send you healing, darling. So you'll be able to understand the tonsils then, darling. I don't know if they've been taken out or they're quite enlarged. We're not medical. It's only if I'm getting a sore throat and I've had my tonsils removed, so I don't get a sore throat.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, then, darling, I'm because I can keep with you all night with this ladies and gentlemen, but I'll let Irene or Tony come in. So from me, darling, I'll say keep safe.
Have you got anything, Irene?
I just get as though I know that Jean mentioned going down, and I feel, Tracy, that you really sort of are a bit further down than anybody thinks that you are, and you try and put a brave face on it, sweetheart. And I also feel that you need to talk to somebody, possibly a professional, but there's just lots of things going on with you at the moment, darling, and it's you just need to get all this out, because you seem to have lost a bit of confidence. I don't know if that's right or not, sweetheart, but I just feel with you that your confidence is right down, and you just need a little bit of a helping hand to get up to the level that you were. And I also feel that the people that are around you are not helping you with this, and you feel as though that you're in that you're stuck in a rut and that you can't get out. And the more you try and get out, the deeper your boots go into the mud. Keep your chin up, sweetheart. There are people that can help you. Just reach out and body. Because I do really think that you need to talk about stuff that's going on. Open it up on here, sweetheart. Feel as though that you need to let some of it out and speak to somebody, because we always say until you get stuff out, then you can't start to have love and respect for yourself. I want to give you some flowers, darling, for upliftment, and I've got I'm not sure if it's the lady that Jean had with her, but I've got a lady putting a healing blanket round you and giving you a big hug at the same time, and she's saying please don't cry. So she's seen the tears, sweetheart, and I'm going to leave it there and say God bless you, darling. Don't know if you've got anything to add, Tony.
Well, I have to say I haven't actually got that much more, Tracy, because if I did, I would just be repeating what I will get used to this one day. My colleagues over here have been saying, and it would just be reinforcing that same message about just take it slowly and one day at a time. And please know, I am hearing though, please know there are people around who can help and who can listen. But I also want to say though that people are very good at coming to you for a shoulder to cry on, but when you need that ear, they're all off doing other things and busy. Well, I can't pop round just now and da da da. So yeah. I am hearing that there's some of that going on as well, sweetheart. But I know Jean doesn't do flowers, but I've got gladioli, I've got lupins, I've got carnations, and I've got pansies for you for upliftment and as a memory link as well, so you would understand where somebody would have had these flowers in their borders, sweetheart. And that's all I've got for for you, so I will leave their love with you and say God bless and thank
Do
you.
you mind if I just say one thing before
No.
Tracy does go? Can I just say, Tracy, there's a birthday, darling. I don't know if it's just gone or it's to come, because they're singing happy birthday, but at the same time, what they're telling me and what they're showing me is there's something to do where there would have been some balloons set off at this moment. So I do know at the time they would have celebrated, I don't know, passing or something with balloons, and that would have been done roughly around about now, as they're making me feel. I do want to also take you to them. Just
It's
gone,
just
thank
gone.
you. Oh, I can see, I got that.
Oh.
But I do know these balloons would have been set up in memory. I do feel that, darling. But I do also want to take you to the month of October, and I want to take you around about the 18th, they're telling me, the 18th of October. And I've also, all right, darling, she's sat here with me, bless her. She's not gone anywhere. She's keeping me company. And I've got to tell you, love, that there would have been either a passing or a birth round about the 4:15. I do feel as though it would have been a passing, and I don't know if it's this lady, because she sat with me on my bed, but she keeps touching my hand and she's saying 4:15, 4:15. So will you just watch? Because this lady will come around, and I don't know if she'll come around at 4:15 morning or afternoon, but you'll feel her touching your hand, sweetheart, because she's touching my hand and prodding me. Oh,
Balloons today.
you see that?
Balloons today.
Just watch for this lady touching your hands, darling, because she's touching me and it's as if she's prodding me. Well, you look, darling, you can take everything else, so please look. But just watch for her touching your hand, because she's touching mine.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
a mum. It's a mum's.
Well, thank you so much, Tracy, and I hope that message has helped you a lot, darling. Keep safe and hope to speak to you again soon.
I don't know if you've seen, but Michael was asking if we've got any newbies, and we've got quite a lot of newbies on tonight. So welcome, everybody.
Yes, we have.
Yep. We don't bite unless you ask us to, and then it's extra. But welcome, everybody. Thank you for choosing to spend your Sunday afternoons, evenings with us. For all of the new people, we tend to do between 2 and 3 of these a week, usually a Monday, a Friday, and a Sunday. And we are going to try and do 2 evening ones and 1 afternoon one, just so that we catch people who maybe can't watch on an evening or things like that. So just welcome, and you'll see how we go. You'll see that there's nothing to be scared of, and that we do as much as. Oh, right. Lisa's asking how we do this. We don't pick the spirit pick us. So we work with the people from spirit who step forward, and we give off evidence, and if people can recognize it, they put a comment in. But sometimes we do have people who come on screen, just like Jean, Irene, and myself are, and we give them 1-to-1 readings, well, 3-to-1 readings. We gang up on them and pick on them. So that's how we can work. So if you would like a reading, just send out your thoughts to your loved ones in spirit and ask them to step forward. And if they do, we'll give evidence, and hopefully you'll recognize them, and you'll be able to comment and say that it's you, and we can work with you, just like we did with Tracy there. So that's it, really. Does anybody mind if I give off a gentleman that's just joined me?
No.
Because this gentleman, as I was talking and giving instruction, he came and stepped in close to me, and he made me feel like he would have been very good at telling people what to do and how to do it. So I don't know if this was his job, or if just generally he was a bit of a bossy boots like what I am. So I don't know, but but I have got this lovely energy with him as well. So he wasn't really a bossy boots. He was a lovely, kind soul. I can feel him, and I know he was a lovely, kind soul. So I do think this was part of his job. He was either a supervisor or a manager or something like that, because he came in and said, no, you need to be a little bit firmer with that. So, but I don't. That's not how we work. We roll with it. He's coming through with quite a paternal energy, and I do feel like this could be father, because I feel very strongly that I'm reaching out to my younger ones. So I do feel this is a very paternal energy on a fatherly link. So he's okay. What are you doing? He's not giving me any indication of passing condition or anything like that. And I don't know why, because usually I do get a little bit of something that was wrong with them, but he's not coming through with that at all. He is just very much talking about the life he lived and the people that he loved. So he's talking about the family with 3. Where's my camera? 3. So I don't know if that was 3 children, mum and dad and a child, or 3 grandchildren or something, but he's talking about the family of 3. Gail Francis Bristow saying her dad was a teacher. Okay, that's fine. Would you understand this man as being a very loving, lovely, kind, gentle man? So, and I'm also feeling like I want to be quite tall and quite broad-shouldered as well, because I feel like he's pulling my shoulders out. He's telling me I'm a bit wimpy, and that was his words. I don't think I'm a wimp.
You're not a wimp, love.
Right, so Jessica Rayner.
No, you're not wimpy, darling.
Jessica Rayner and Gail can understand this. All right, okay. Oh, I'm going to have another fun night like this with Spirit. They're going to be naughty with me again. Okay. Would you understand the lady that's connected with this gentleman in Spirit as well? Because I feel like there's a lady connected. She's not saying anything. She's just sort of there at the minute, letting him come through first. I want to say he's giving me healing around my stomach area. So would either of you understand why he's giving me healing for somebody down here who is having issues around the stomach? I don't know if this is a bit of a stomach bug or an IBS or something like that, but I've got issues low down in my stomach, and he's giving me healing around there. I want to say he's okay. He's making me feel like he wants to also give you what I call my lavender healing, which is for emotional support and upliftment. So you would understand why at the minute you're feeling a little bit under the weather, run down. That sort of feeling is what I'm getting connected with him as well. I'm also wanting to say that I know we're all a little bit stuck at the minute, but he's making me feel like you're finding it difficult to get going, if you understand. You need to... What's the word I'm looking for? You're feeling very much a lack of motivation and a lack of impetus to do things. Oh, that was a big word for me, wasn't it? Impetus to get things done.
It's one in the dictionary.
Yeah, so you can understand why every day you could just get up, go downstairs, put the telly on and just flop and watch telly all day, and that's it. Yeah, Jessica's saying, no, get up and go. Because I've got this sense of just like, oh, I want to lay on the settee and do nothing, and well, what's the point? And it's that feeling I've got. And he's saying no, even if it's just you get up and wipe your kitchen surfaces around. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your kitchen surfaces, but you know, just doing a little bit of something just to get you moving. Okay. All right. What else are we doing? The lady stepped forward now, and the lady feels more like she would be a grandmotherly type figure to you. And oh no, oh, she's just plonked them in the middle of my hand. She's just put a set of false teeth on my hand, and the wrapped. I've got a box of tissues next to me, and she wants to get a tissue out and wrap them in the tissue and put them in a pocket. And I wish she would, because I don't want them sat on my hand. They really, really, really make me want to heave. They do. But I've got these false teeth, and she's talking about they spent more time in her pocket than they did in her mouth. She's also making me feel like she's a lady who would very much be, I do my washing on a Monday, I do the ironing on a Tuesday, and I do my windows on a Wednesday. So she's a lady who would have had a week planned out with everything she did. Gail says it's his mum, and she had 3 sets. Jessica, no, these teeth are connected with this lady. It's because Jessica's saying her son won't brush his teeth. Well, tell him if he doesn't brush his teeth, he ends up with these false teeth. Yeah. And they're not nice. And then Tony won't be talking to him because he's got the false teeth. All right. I also want to say this lady would have been very much the matriarch around the family, because I don't feel like I would mess with this lady at all. Bless her. And I don't feel she was overly tall. I don't think she's overly tall at all. Right, Jessica's out with the false teeth, so I feel like I'm back with Gail now. Well, Jessica, you take all of the bits you could take out of that message, because just because you're now out of the message, everything else was relevant. So you take that. Gail says, yes, she was a boss lady and she frightened me. She's frightening me at the minute, because she's very sort of forthright and this is it and da-da-da-da-da. And I want to say as well, Gail, that you need some of her backbone's not the right word, but some of her feistiness. You need some of her feistiness right now, because you need to really dig in and push your, I can only say it the way it's come through to me, push your agenda forward. I don't know what that means, very much what she's saying. You need to push your agenda forward and make what you want known. So please, if you understand that, yeah, she's just put, yeah, I need to grow a pair. So, well, if that's how you can take it, then that's how you take it, sweetheart. But I do know that around you there are things that you need to make other people engage with. So yeah, you work trying to please everyone. Well, that's not what she's saying. Then you need to make everyone want to work with you and keep you happy. So that's the spin she's putting on it for me. So All right. They are leaving me a little bit, sweetheart, and they are pulling away. But I want. I wear a crucifix around my neck, and it's not that long ago that I learned the difference between a cross and a crucifix was a crucifix has Jesus on, and a cross is just a cross.
And the cross is a cross.
I could have told you that.
Well, I saw it on Facebook, and I thought, oh, right, okay, I understand now. So you would understand either the Catholic connection, because these are rosary beads around my neck. They're not, but they feel like rosary beads around my neck. Or you would understand where somebody had a really deep faith. And the crosses you've got, sweetheart, I was going to say, you jumped in ahead of me there, you see. Some of the crosses you've got have come from this lady, because I felt we did, but you already put in the comments that they were from her. So I'll leave you with that, sweetheart, because that's all I'm getting from these lovely people. And I will hand you over to these lovely ladies to see if they've got any more for you.
Irene?
Go on, Jean. No, you go first, Jean.
Oh, all right then. What I'm getting, sweetheart, with you as well, that we're talking about this either should have been a big celebration, so I don't know if it should have been a wedding or a christening or something, because the one about the big celebration, because I know sometime this year there would have been a big celebration. They're not telling me month, but they're just making me aware of this and just saying that people aren't going to be able to get there, or there's something to do with that, sweetheart. They also don't know why they keep giving me a privilege. So you either used to live where there is a privet, or you can understand where there is a privet what needs sorting out, because it keeps taking me to this privet. And I know people don't have them anymore. Very rare now, it's all conifers and fencing. But there's this darling as she's fetching this in, and there's a memory of a vase, and it's not a crystal vase, it's to me it's just one of these what's painted and everything, but it's a special, it is special, which says it weren't worth a lot, but it's special to her. So they're talking about this. I know Tony mentioned this lady could be Nan, and I do feel on a Nan connection with his sweetheart, so I don't know if it's her, but at the same time as I'm saying this, she is actually making me aware of, we're in June, aren't we, today? Are we in June today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
She's making me aware of June, sweetheart. So I know there's something in June. But there's also, I've got twins. But she's telling me about two, but I do know there must be twins because that's how they're coming in. So I don't know if somebody would have lost twins, darling, which if you could just check. Or there was one, I can't see.
The celebration was Gail's sister's 50th, and it was going to be a party.
Oh,
Sorry,
right.
Just for confirmation for you.
I can't see it. I do apologise. I have to rely on the others. But they're coming in with this as well, sweetheart. And I've just had my dog and cat on the bed together with me.
There's twins in the family.
Right, thank you. And they were going to start. The cat were looking at dog, and dog were looking. So you can understand where either this lady or somebody in the family have got dog and cats. And they're all right for a little bit, but then all of a sudden they just attack one another until you sort it out, because I've just had to tell my little one, cat's as big as him, to calm down. So you can understand that as well, sweetheart, where there would be cats and dogs within the family. And I don't know, I know I keep hearing noise, and Irene explained it's a doorbell, but I'm also hearing as if it's birds or a parrot or something, because it's as if I can hear him in background to talking and tweeting and what have you. So I do know there's that as well as a memory. And as they're taking me to this house, this lady's taking me into her house, I know there would have been a sideboard at the back of the house. So she would have had a city, and the back wall would have been an old sideboard. And on there she would have had, I can't say, I've just said, oh, but there would have been a sideboard, darling. And on this side,
she had two dogs that fought, and OMG, yes, I had a parrot.
So you'll be able to understand the sideboard. And on this sideboard, sweetheart, He had actually the photos of the family. That was the sideboard, and it had I call them little doilies, but it had like not a tablecloth because it was a sideboard, but a runner with like little doily things on where she had the photos and things on like that. And that she's showing me that as a memory as well, sweetheart. So you're going back. If it's not now, it must be great now because I'm going back with this. All right, love. But they're all there for you. There's more in spirit, I've got to say, at the moment, they're on the earth plane. But what are you laughing at?
She says the parrot sweared a lot.
Well, I can hear it. I don't know what it's saying, but I can hear it. But please, they are there, and I know there's quite a few in the spirit world, and there's quite a few what went at different ages, darling. They all didn't get to an old age, and there's quite a few actually what did pass with the different cancer conditions, because I've got one what the cancer spread through the body, and once it hit the bones, because they're making me aware that it did go into the bones. But then I've also got I'm going after this because she'll be with me all night. I've got a young lady what's just jumped in, sweetheart, and she's talking about the breast cancer. So I don't know.
A lot went young.
They all went young?
A lot went young, yeah.
All right. Can you understand the 5, sweetheart? 5. Keep the waving me hand to 5. So there's 5. But there's something, the lady either had a scare with breast cancer, or you can understand when somebody had breast cancer, because they're fetching this in as well, darling. And just before I do go, I want to give you Jenny. I keep hearing Jenny. So I'll leave that with you, darling, and pass it on to Irene. Irene's got anything to say, God bless.
Hi, Gail. I haven't really got a great deal for you, sweetheart. What I have got is all I'm being told is don't try and please everybody at work. It is, you please yourself for what you want to do, and let everybody around you see to themselves. And I know that you're a doer and you like to get involved, but you can't please everybody, darling. And as long as you do your job to the best of your ability, then let everybody else go their own way and do their own thing. This is what I'm getting for you, sweetheart. I know that Jean's just given you Jen, but I've got to give you Julie or Julia as well. Somebody's calling out that name, and I've got come on. I've got that song from the 60s, Juliet. So I know it's something, I'm not saying the family, but it's somebody of that name, either Julie, Julia, Juliet, that you would understand. But I feel this is more on a friend basis. And I'm also getting, I'm not saying it, I know that you've just said that your nan had 5 children, but I've also got several children spirit side around the family, sweetheart, and some of them were not born. Okay, so and others were born with their eyes closed, bless them. But this lady wants you to know that her arms are a bit wide, and she's got children, and she just wants to let you know so that you can pass it on to other members of the family, that all the children are safe and growing up in spirit. And I will say good night, God bless, sweetheart. Thank you for working with me. Okay.
Yeah. She took all of that, bless her.
That's lovely. Thank you, Gail.
I feel we could have been with those first 2 messages all night, because there's such a lot to come through. Yes. I can still feel the energies behind me.
That's what I said. The lady was here on bed with me, and I could have kept with her, having a cup of tea and a biscuit, just sat on bed talking.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah,
the lovely energy. So,
right,
the people we've just read for, thank you so much for letting us connect for you. Go on, Irene.
Either of you two. Right, I've got I did see a name earlier on, and I don't know if I'm with that still that lady, but I've got to go down towards Bristol, Wales way, and I'm being told I've got Aberfan, and so I'm going to 1966, the Aberfan disaster, and I'm also going to a pit, because I've got a gentleman stood with me who's got the pit helmet on and he's in the full pit gear. And I know it's a saying, but he's just come from work and he's as black as the ace of spades and he's got his Davy lamp in his hand. So I don't know. I don't know if this lady from down that way can take it or if it's somebody else who's got a Welsh connection. But I've got to go to Wales with this. This gentleman saying that he had what they used to call black lung, which we now call, is it emphysema, something like that.
Yeah, pneumoconiosis as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that, Tony, thank you. Gail can take that again.
No, she can't take it.
Oh, right,
Can't.
okay.
So it's not.
Okay, sorry, it's my glasses. Right,
Yeah.
I've got to... This gentleman that I've got stood with me, he was a family man. He wasn't very tall. He was quite small actually. He was about 5'4", 5'5", and he had a beautiful singing voice. And he sang in one of the choirs. I don't know if it was a local choir or a church choir or a national choir, but he was also came from a family of staunch Methodists. So if anybody can take this gentleman, because he's stood here waiting to talk to somebody, and it's a family member. So if anybody can take this.
No, nothing yet.
Okay, I'll carry on with him. Right. Okay. Right, Philippa. Right, have relatives from Wales, my dad may have. Right. So you're not sure about the mining connection then, sweetheart? Okay, well, obviously it took them there for a reason. Right. Let me see where I'm going with this, darling. Right, he's giving me and your dad's like, right, okay. It sounds like I'm with you, Philippa. Thank you very much. Right, he's coming through and he's happy now. He's giving me the thumbs up, so I'm sure that I'm with you, sweetheart. And what he's saying is that somebody, if it's not you, somebody around you has got to get their act together. And that's exactly the way that he's putting it. You listen in as well, Jill, and take what you can, sweetheart, please. Somebody's got to get their act together because they're not doing what they should be doing. And I don't know if this is a friend or a family. I feel more it's on a family link than what it is on a friend link. And he's talking about something that's going on in the family that he's not happy with. He's not telling me what it is, sweetheart. And he's just talking about little arguments going on, little riffs here and there, you know, like Chinese whispers. I hope you can understand that. And he's talking about the singing, and he's talking about how people don't go to church now like they used to. Right, there's a Welsh singer that I listen to. I can't remember his name, but he's giving me the song If I Could See the Rhondda One More Time. And I listen to this song regular. So I don't know if he came from the Rhondda or if you have relatives in that area. But as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, I'm asking for proof. About he's talking about some jewelry being left because he's taking me to my wedding ring, and he's talking also about something special come up either back end of this year or early next year, some sort of do. I don't know if it's a wedding, a christening, or a special birthday, but he's talking about that as well. and he's saying that he's going to be there because he wants, and he comes in visitation, sweetheart. I don't know if you've heard footsteps or seen, think you've seen shadows and there's nothing there. He comes in visitation, and sometimes you'll hear noises or you'll smell his aftershave or something like that. But he comes with a lot of love for you, darling. Now, and he's also talking. Right, okay. He's also talking about as well a younger person around you that's being a bit naughty at the moment. He's using a stronger word, but I don't use I don't use that language. So I'm just going to say a younger one that's being a bit naughty, that do what they want to do and doesn't want to listen to rules and regulations. And all he's saying is be firm but fair. Right. Oh, okay. You can take me. I don't know if it's you or somebody around you that's looking for a new job, and he's also talking about somebody who's moving. Okay. Oh, and you say that you see him with a shirt and tie on, so you know who I'm talking about, sweetheart. Okay. He just wants to come and be around you at the moment, darling. And come on, sweetheart. And somebody, he's talking about his Davy lamp. Somebody has his Davy lamp, or they should have his Davy lamp as well. Okay. You can take the naughty child. Right, okay. That's absolutely fine, sweetheart, as long as you can understand it. And he's talking about somebody likes going there. Right, okay. He's talking about somebody getting on the bike. Now, I don't know if that means somebody likes cycling, and this is two-wheel pedal cycling, not motorbikes, or if you literally want to wish somebody would get on the bike and go away, because that's how he's bringing it across. And as I'm saying that to you, he's giving me some thumbs up. I'm going to leave it there, sweetheart, and I'm going to pass you on to Tony and Jean to see if they can add anything to that. All I can say is thank you for working with you. This gentleman is so pleased that you've managed to take his message, and he just wants to say, take care, Carried. Okay, you will understand what that means, but I don't, because obviously he's speaking a lot of Welsh and I don't understand, but I do understand Carried. So he's saying, take, and I love you, and I'll leave that with you. God bless you. Thank you for working with me.
Jean?
All I can say, sweetheart, is I know Irene's talked about the lamp, but I've got it in a symbolic way that it's to help you see your way. So this will light up your way, darling, to show you where to go and where to be. And I don't know if this is with you or not, but I've got a gentleman and a lady what went very close together in the passing. They're really close. I don't know if it was a year. If it weren't, it was only just after a year. But I feel as though the lady went first and the gentleman followed after. And the gentleman, I do feel that would have just passed. I don't know if they all say broken heart nowadays when they pass. But I do get as though they've passed together, these two. If they're not for you, sweetheart, there's somebody else who's on to feed, because they are coming in together to let people know that they still are together. They are fine. They're not very big. Both of them aren't very big at all. And they walked arm in arm, bless them. The lady shuffled along a little bit because we were walking. So she shuffled along, and the gentleman, as is letting me see, would have had a bit of a stoop shoulder. Not saying he bent right over, but his shoulders.
Thanks for the lamp. They had two, went within 2 years.
Right. So the gentleman went with he had the rounded shoulders, darling, as I'm seeing him here. Because very smart gentleman, I've got to say, because he's showing me where he's got a suit on, and I've got a tie, and I've got a little, it's either a cardigan or one of these little body warmer things underneath, knitted crochet things he used to wear. He showed me one of those on, love, and he always would have liked to have looked smart, and the lady would have done as well. And I know Ari mentioned about the church. I know the both would have gone off to church. It was something they went off to. If you can't understand that bit, sweetheart, there's got to be somebody else who can, because they're coming in very strong and they're coming in as a team. And there's so much in love, I've got to say this, because they're still walking arm in arm. And he's still, bless him, he showed me where he would have carried her a bag. He would have carried her handbag or the shopping bag. And this is just how they're still now in spirit, sweetheart. So please take care. Remember, these two are with you, and they're about. And oh, I was showing me your bedroom now. There's a picture in your bedroom, darling. I don't know. Obviously, I don't even know who you are, but it just needs sorting out. I don't know if it's slipped in the frame and it looks a bit cockeyed, or it's the photo. It's, you know, the frame itself got slipped, but the picture inside slipped, so it looks a bit cockeyed. It wants straightening up, he said. So that's just to letting you know that they're around, or whether they are around, because the picture actually slipped. And can they calm down with the talcum powder? Somebody was a bit heavy-handed with talcum powder, because they're saying it's all smoke and that they can get all the talcum powder, so they know about that. But there's the love there, I've got to say. And I don't know who this is, but I'm here. I don't know if you're
very smartly dressed and very in love.
Oh, bless. And I've quickly, I am leaving you, but as I'm going, I've got to say, can you understand? It looks like a ferret to me. I'm sat here, and all I keep looking is on the floor. I keep seeing this thing passing, and it's going that fast. It looks like a ferret, or thinking that it would have gone to somebody either had ferrets or mice or rats as pets. They had them as pets, because I can keep seeing it, and I know it's in spirit. I haven't got them, but I keep seeing it just go up and down. So I don't know if that's a memory, darling, what you can look into. But I will leave you with it, because I want them to go, and I'll pass you on to our Tony.
I have to be honest, I don't have anything to go on top of that. They've not come through to link to me, so I don't know why they don't want to talk to me, but they don't. But
because they've been doing too much.
Gail's got to go now, so I'll say goodbye.
Oh, bye-bye, Gail. Thank you, Philippa. Nana, God bless. Right.
I've quickly got a man who's standing next to me, and I would say he would be around my age, maybe a little bit older, and I feel like I've got issues in my chest. I feel very tight around, like a band across the top of my chest. Philip has just said ferret's a memory for her.
Oh, well, you can keep it, darling.
Oh, I love them. I've got a lot of tightness in the top of my chest, so I don't know if this is a heart attack or lung problem, but it's just a real tightness in my chest. I want to say I don't feel paternal with this. I feel it could be like a brother or an uncle or something like that. And I want to say all he's given me is July, August, and February. So July, August, and February must mean something in the family. And he's talking about the four. So there could be 4 children, 4 grandchildren, a mum and dad and 2 children, but there's 4 in the family. And I also want to say that I don't feel like he's Denise Tinky Eubank says it could be her father-in-law. Okay, sweetheart, you listen in, darling, and you will see if you can take this in. He's talking about also the pains in the legs, I do suffer with sciatica, but they're really throbbing and aching. So you would understand where somebody connected would have real issues with their legs. And I feel like I would walk either with sticks or with a frame or something. I don't know if this is him or if it's somebody connected with him, but he's just making me feel, I feel like it's somebody older actually, because I feel like I'm stooped a little bit over this. I don't know if this is an issue with the back that caused this stoop, and I just feel older than I am, but I've got that. And I've also got somebody who would have had something in the head, either a stroke condition or an aneurysm or something, but I know I've got pain in my head, and it could be a stroke actually, because my arm's just curled up, you know, like it used to with was it Darren?
Darren.
Yeah. I feel like my arm's curled up, so I feel this could be a stroke condition connected with a lady in spirit. Right. All right, sweetheart. Denise, would you understand why I've got to give you huge thumbs up at the minute and kudos for everything you've done and everything everybody you've helped? It's really cryptic for me, but that's all I've got. You've got to, I've got to give you a big thumbs up for everything you've done and everybody you've helped. And this sense of you have gone over and above for people, and that but I do feel a lot of frustration as well around you. Would you understand that, please, sweetheart? Why I feel very, very, I don't know if this is around work or around something else, but I just feel very, very frustrated and a bit like, I want to bang my fist and just say, for goodness sake, why is everything so hard? Why is everything being made so hard? I'm getting old. Right, absolutely, she says, absolutely. Okay. All right. I don't condone violence in any way, shape or form, but would you understand why there's somebody around you, sweetheart, and this man's making me feel like I want to give him a bit of a on the back of the head, and like, come on, pull your socks up is what I'm hearing from him. So would you understand where there's the younger person where you've got to give them a bit of a pull your socks up and come on, move, because otherwise, like I said earlier, we will be laid on the couch all day with a remote control in our hands or a game console. I didn't say that, Denise. I'm not going to put that message up. A kick up the donkey.
Boom.
A kick up the donkey. Okay. Yes, that's exactly what I'm getting. Jeanette Wilson can take all this as well. All right. Okay. She would. Right. Okay. Right. I've got to give you the 24th of a month. I've got to give you the 13th of a month, and I've got to give you either a birthday or an anniversary to come, because I feel like I've got something to come in the next sort of 4 weeks or so. There would have been an anniversary or a birthday or something coming up. So, and I've also got to give you, normally Jean gets the time, but I've got 7:45, so 7:45. I don't know if it's morning or night, but it will be for either a birth or a passing. Would have been at 7:45 or thereabouts. Okay. And just like that, he said, right, I've had my say. All right, okay. Leave me hanging. As they're pulling away, sweetheart, I've just got to say a thank you for something that went into my pocket. So I don't know if there was a letter or a card or something put in my pocket as I was, when you came to see me in the chapel. So in he's saying thank you. So I've just got to leave you with his thanks for whatever was put in his pocket. I don't know if Jean or
Yeah, I'll
Irene.
just carry on if you don't mind. Am I all right? Have you finished,
Yeah,
Tony?
you carry on, love.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Like I said, he
simply,
just,
I don't know.
what he said to me was, I've done. So I'm like, all right, okay.
I don't know who it were because you said there was a couple up, but I know Tony was talking to the first lady. Tony, what were her name? Diane?
Denise.
Because I've just got to say, sweetheart, I know Tony said about thumbs up, but what they said to me is you deserve a medal. You deserve a medal for where you've been because I've got to say, you've had to grow up a bit too fast. I don't know how old you are, but it's as if you've had to grow up too fast from being a child. You don't seem to have had that childhood. You've grown up very fast because of what you've had to deal with. So they're giving you a medal for that. I've got a gentleman here what like to drink because he's having a good, and I don't see it, a good beggar. So that must be a term because he's having a really good old drink here. And he says that would time let his hair down. I've got to say that. That's the time he could let his hair down and to get away. So I do know you must have, I don't know, so much patience. I don't know how you do it.
There was a
Because to
question
get a medal,
from
you've got that much patience. So that they're coming in with that, darling. Can I just give you, because I know time's running on, can I give you sunflowers, darling? I've got to give you 2 sunflowers. One's for the yellow. The yellow's for very much uplifting colour. And they're wanting you to dress bright, you know, let's get some colour. While Tony was talking to you, I've also got to celebrate. I've got a not flush, and I know do happen, but you can understand that Sunday would have the hot flushers because they've come in as well. And also, you grew sunflowers. There's some you grew them either with this gentleman or you grew them as a child, and they grew very tall, which I know they do, but yours grew overly big. And I'm going to leave that with you, darling.
Irene, have you got anything?
I've just, I'm not sure if I'm with Denise or with the other lady that she could take it. I think it was Jeanette, but I've got a problem with my hand, and I've got fingers that are curling up, so I've got either rheumatism or arthritis, and especially around my thumbs. And I've got one of those casts that you can take on and off, like a heavy bandage, but just to keep it in and keep it warmth and keep it tight. I've got to put my fingers in warm water to get them going as well. And I've also getting swollen feet and swollen legs. So I don't know if that's somebody around you that's walking too much, or if there is a legs with a problem with the legs, sweetheart. And it looks like I'm with you again, Denise. That's absolutely fine, sweetheart. So
Yeah.
if you can take me the swollen legs as well, because sometimes my legs feel really, really heavy and I don't know what to do with them, and I keep moving because I can't get my legs comfortable. And I'm just being told, sweetheart, that you've got to rest. Right, and Jeanette can take it as well. Okay, then. Well, I've got the heaviness in the legs, and I've got the ankles really swollen, and I've got to be careful that I don't walk too far, because otherwise my feet come over my shoes. But I've got lots and lots of love from your people in spirit, and they just want to sort of just bring all that love to the fore, and they just want to tell you, both you and Jeanette, that you're not alone. You're not alone. They are with you. And I'm going to leave it there, sweetheart. Thank you for working with me. God bless.
Well, I have to be honest, my people have just said good night, God bless. So they've shut me down. But we do have a question, and it's a really interesting question. People have asked me this quite a lot. And Lisa Scott says, is there a reason that spirit wouldn't come through at any time, even though they've been passed for almost 4 years now? I will let you ladies answer first.
They can come through at any time.
Right.
And if the only way they won't come through is because at the minute it's still a bit too raw. And it's like my dad passed away, my mum passed away when I was only 12. But they won't come when they know that you won't let them go back. You've got to realise if they come on earth and they do have to go back. So if they're going to hurt you so much, they'll just give you a bit more time. And that's how the way I can understand it. Because if they come, I wouldn't want them to go back. So it's an easy way of actually holding back a bit. And then at the same time, it takes, some might not like mediums. They might have to wait for one person.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were at Mark Webster's church in Sheffield, South Road?
South Road.
And I went to that lady, and she said her dad had been gone 15 years and had never come through. But she said when we were having tea before the service, she said she'd been talking to me, and I didn't remember her talking to me. But she says, I thought, oh, if my dad's going to come through to anybody, he'll come through to Tony. And he did. We connected, and I gave her a very evidential message from my dad. It is sometimes just the right person, the right situation, the right church, and they'll come through. My mum's mum passed when I was about, I don't know if I was 3 or 4, so about 21 years ago, obviously. Yeah.
Well,
so 50-ish years, and she's never been through to my mum. It's just one of those things. We can't explain why it won't happen, but like Jean says, it can be that it's either just not the right medium, or they know you would hold them so close that they wouldn't be able to go back.
It will
hurt too, so they don't come through. I don't know if you have any different views, Irene.
Well, basically, it's the same as what yourself and Jean have said. I had a lady, as you know, when I was doing College Road in Doncaster, and her sister had been in spirit 40 odd years, and she'd never come through until I went, and then she came through. Now, the other reason, one of the reasons that they might not come through is when you actually come to want to have a reading from a medium. A lot of people come with a closed mind, and they only want one person to come through, and they'll ask just for that one person. Now, we as mediums, and working as we do independently and together like this, we always find, and we always say, please come with an open mind. Please think of other families and friends that have passed to spirit, because sometimes you might get somebody who comes through from 3 generations ago that you don't know, but they could very well bring your relative closer through with you, because your relative might be a bit shy and might not want to come through on their own, especially if it's their first time dealing or working, channeling with a medium. It's a very delicate balance. There is no specific reason, and they're not ignoring you. And they're not saying we won't do. Jean put it quite well, very, very well, when she said, sometimes they feel your pain and they don't want to upset you anymore. We have all experienced on platform that we get laughter and tears in equal measures. Yeah. But most of the time, once people get over the shock, then the tears of sadness turn to tears of laughter and relief, because somebody's come through. You're never on your own, ever. So don't worry if they don't come through to you straight away, sweetheart. Okay. I think I saw another one there, Tony.
A quick question from Shirley McGowan. Do you ever visit Belfast? We would love to.
Yes, if we
Well,
get
I would love
asked.
to.
Yeah.
If
If we get asked and invited, we would certainly come to Belfast.
Yes.
And
Well,
Philippa
we certainly
Hooper
would.
says, just read the words to the song The Peacemaker. This has given me so much hope for the future. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful, and I will look that up.
What did the other lady say?
What's it called, Tony?
Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker.
What did the other lady say at first? Did she understand?
Yes, she said it was a very traumatic and unexpected passing, so that makes perfect sense. And she said, I've lost her comment now. Sorry,
Lorna
Lisa.
Jackson.
Lorna Jackson
Lorna
said,
Jackson, I love feeling.
Lisa Scott, just to finish that one off, she said, that makes absolutely perfect sense. Thank you. Lorna Jackson says, is spirit able to see what's happening in your life when they have passed? Absolutely. Yes. They are never more than a thought away.
They know everything. No secrets. No secrets.
No secrets.
You can't hide from them. They know everything. And they will come back at you, you know.
And she also followed that up with, I love feeling that my mum is always with me. They are.
She is, darling. Yeah. They are, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. They never stray very far away from you at all. Sometimes if there's something going on with another member of the family, they might be over there. They may have to go. And then they come back. But on the whole, yeah, they'll come around and see you all. Are there any more questions? If not, if you don't feel you want to ask it here, just drop it in a private message to either Jean Pearson, Irene Renshaw, or myself.
Can I just say something, Tony, very quickly? My dad's in spirit now, and he's been gone for a while. And when my dad was alive, he used to say at Christmas, I'm going visiting. So at Christmas, he'd come round and see us all. And to this day now, he's in spirit. But we know my dad around Christmas will still say, I'm going visiting the family. And we all sense my dad round us, and we're a big family.
He'll pop round all of you
at Christmas because he knows he comes round. So that's how close they can be.
And I agree with Michael's point. The point of these feeds is to prove that life continues beyond the physical body.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, it's been another absolutely wonderful evening. And if I just say, our views have averaged from 30 to 48 all night. The numbers are fluctuating.
You know, the other when I looked after the feed the other night, Tony, on Friday when we was on, I know that I asked when we was on and we had 140 something. When I looked later on about 10 o'clock, we actually had 354 views. And then when I told Jean saw more. So I'm really enjoying this. And can we just say that once we go back to normal services, this is going to carry on. We're going to keep doing this for people that can't get to church and for people who can't get out but have a computer or a tablet. We're willing to do this. I'm sure that Jean and Tony will agree because we have talked about it. We are willing to do this for those of you that are housebound and you can't get out. As long as you want us, we will carry on doing it.
Yeah. Do our loved ones pass over straight away?
Yes. Your loved ones are there to meet them.
Yes.
The last breath, they are passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a bit reassuring.
What I would say is a friend of ours, June Jardine, and myself were doing a church. And I would say we were given a reading for a group of family. And their mum was still in the chapel of rest, and we were given a message from them. Yes, absolutely. As soon as they take their last breath on earth, they move over.
In spirit.
Can you just bring up Amanda Wren's message, Tony? Because I think that's quite, as daft as it sounds, my mum hasn't passed, but I think she's spending more time upstairs in spirit with Dad than down here. She has Alzheimer's. Now, I have just recently found out from a friend of mine who works in this area that a lot of Alzheimer's patients do talk to spirits. And I've only just recently found, I didn't ask, it was something that was given to me quite by accident, talking about something else. And apparently Alzheimer's, people that have Alzheimer's can and do talk to spirits, as well as talking before they passed.
Yes, I would also say I've given messages to people, and it's from their loved ones, who have Alzheimer's. I've given it several times. If you watch my conversation with John Ennis that I recorded the other day, it's on my Facebook page. This question is asked. Bell Wagstaff asked this question: can you give messages from people on Earth plane who have Alzheimer's and dementia? And I've said absolutely yes, you can. But her mentor told her you can't.
No, you can.
No, you can.
I've done it.
I mean, a lot of
hang on a sec. Once they've passed over, they haven't got any more problems. They're well
no,
again.
Jean, what I mean is the body is still here. They are still breathing.
Right, sorry, I'd misunderstood.
And I've been passing on messages from them. Yes. So just take comfort that in the later stages of Alzheimer's, they're not trapped, they're not in pain, that the spirit is free. So just for that. But yes, and they do have conversations with their loved ones who have passed. They can see them and communicate with them. I always say it's almost like they have a foot in both realms. So they have one foot in the earth realm and one foot in the spirit realm, because their minds are free. So there absolutely.
You go. And can I just add to that before we close, Tony, while people are listening, that also a lot of people have come to me, and probably you yourself and Jean as well, and said, so-and-so has told me that I've got to wait a week, a month, 3 years before I can speak to my loved one that's passed. No. Not so. When it isn't so, you can more or less speak to them straight away, because I proved that last year when I went somewhere. I won't say who. I've spoken to both of you about it. But, a very good friend of mine lost a son the day before I was doing the service, and he came through to me on the night time. He'd passed the following day. So they do come through, or they can come through straight away to give reassurances. Because the other thing that I get asked more than anything is, do they go alone? No, they don't.
No. There's always people there to meet them on the other side.
I was driving to my son's, and I've never met my son's partner's family. I met a mum, but I never met a dad. And we was going over, and as we were going over to see my son, this was about 4 years ago now, I got a dad come through. Now, I didn't know Dad had passed, so I got to the house, and she said my dad had just passed. Well, I got him in the car already going to my son's, and he only passed that afternoon.
Yeah.
I already got him in the car.
So I hope that's given you a little bit of peace of mind, everybody.
Michael Gurnhill has just said, thank you. You have just answered my problem that I have with Mum. God bless.
Oh, bless you. See, there's a reason why these things happen.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody, again, for spending this time with us. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's always uplifting, and it's always, we get as much comfort out of it as you do.
Absolutely,
and we always say these services are for you. As long as you want to watch us, we'll keep doing them.
Yeah.
Just a couple of notices. Tomorrow night, we three are doing photograph readings. People have been sending in photographs of their loved ones who have passed. I think we'll have time to do maybe 4, perhaps 5. What do you think, ladies?
See how we go.
See how it goes. See how
So-
it goes.
And
You're not able to do too many in the time.
I'll just repeat, if you have sent a photograph in to Michael, myself, or Jean or Irene, please watch tomorrow, because otherwise we could be giving you a reading and you won't be there to watch it. So please
That's not
make
good.
sure. No, that's not good, because I'm not being funny as well, but that could be a reading that somebody else could have had. So if you've sent the photograph in, please make sure you're watching tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, or let us know you can't, so we can not put your photograph up.
Yeah.
Then on Tuesday, I am doing a conversation with Libby Cook, who was the medium the other night at Pastures Green Spiritualist Church. That's 11 o'clock on Tuesday. It'll be about an hour and a half. Hopefully it'll be funny. If I know Libby, it's going to be hilarious. And she also does, no, Jeanette, it's not too late. Send it to Michael Swindles and we'll include it. Sorry, Jeanette Wilson's just said, is it too late to send in a photo? Send it across and we'll include it. Right, what was I saying?
No,
yeah.
So she is aware it has to be the people who've passed. Don't have somebody who's passed and a live one on it.
No, it's got to be a photo of somebody who has passed. There can't be anybody alive on it, otherwise it can really confuse people.
Confuse everything.
And Lisa Scott as well. So that's Tuesday. Libby Cook. Yes, I was going to say she also does animal communications, which I think is going to be fascinating. Yeah. Wednesday, I believe we have 2 new mediums on at Pastures Green, and I've forgotten the names, and I did send a message to Sarah Lee Beavers to ask who it was, but she hasn't replied yet. She has told me, but I've lost it in the messages. Then on Thursday at 7:40, there's a medium called Lester Rosen on at Little Port, who is a new one to them as well. So that should be an interesting night. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be easing back a little bit, but Irene and Jean are going to discuss whether they want to do readings and things. I'm willing for them to use this software, so that's fine if they want to do them. I just feel like with other things I've got going on, I need to take a little bit of time out. My chest's not been good as well. So Tuesday will be my last proper service. I'm going to still be doing the hosting across at Pastures Green, and I'll host services here if Irene and Jean want me to. So
well, I'm okay with that. What about you, Jean? Yeah.
Well, you can discuss it afterwards, and then we can set some services up. So I think I'll be taking about 10 days off, but that's just me. Yes, Michael, I mean, I'm knackered and I need a rest. Okay. Even though I'm retired from work, I've never worked as hard in my life. Spirit have just been whipping me like a slave. The service tomorrow is 7 o'clock. Sorry. So the services are 7 o'clock. Pastures Green is 7 o'clock. There's only Little Port Christian Spiritualist Church. That's 7:40. So did we decide?
We start at 7 o'clock, Lisa, tomorrow night. Lisa's just asked what time tomorrow. We start at 7, darling. All our services start at 7.
Unless the afternoon ones, which we're going to try and set up. So
yeah.
Okay. Did we decide who was going to close in prayer?
You, darling.
Me. Okay. And then I will follow with the Lord keep us safe. So if we could bow our heads and join in the silence. Heavenly Father, gracious Lord, thank you for allowing us to gather together in your name tonight. Father, we ask that any energy that's being generated in this service to go out around the world to the places you know it's needed most. For those who are suffering in mind, body, and spirit. For those who are taking that transition, Father, let there be light and love to guide them home, and comfort and support for those left behind to grieve. Father, we ask that the homeless be looked after. I know the weather's still picking up, but it still can't be nice to be out on the streets. Please give them comfort. To the animal kingdom, to Mother Earth herself, please look after them, Father, because Mother Earth gives us so much and we take so much from her. Father, I now hand back to you all, which is rightfully yours, with love, honour and glory. Amen.
Amen.
Lord, keep us safe this night, secure from all our fears. May angels guide us while we sleep till morning light appears. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much for tonight, everybody. It's been absolutely wonderful. And I will say from Irene, from Jean and myself, good night, and may God bless you till we meet again. Thank you.